Just a second here. There we go. All right. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending our presentation for the airport's Quieter Home program this morning. My name is Joshua Cavell, and I'm a construction manager with the Quieter Home program, and I'll be taking you through the first portion of our presentation today. It's just going to cover a general overview of what our program is and what it is that we do, with a focus on some of our contractual requirements, as well as a brief summary of some of our upcoming projects. After that, I'll hand it off to Jack Ward, our manager of field activities. He's going to take you through the second half of this presentation, which will cover an overview of what to expect during construction and the treatments that are offered within our program. And then we'll finally wrap up with any Q&A. So what is the Quieter Home program and what is it that we do? So the Quieter Home program involves sound attenuation improvements for certain residential and non-residential properties around the San Diego International Airport. Sound attenuation improvements may include, but are not limited to, replacement of windows and exterior doors, finished carpentry, and improvements to add air conditioning, ventilation, and electrical systems. Over the past 15 years, the program has treated over 4,500 homes on both the east and west sides of the airport. Within the past year, we've also gotten approval from the FAA to begin designs on certain eligible non-residential properties, such as churches and preschools. Our projects can include a wide range of different kinds of properties, either historic or non-historic, single-family, multifamily homes, condos, apartment complexes, and as I've already mentioned, non-residential properties like schools and churches. Typically, our contracts fall within the range of about $1.2 million, but this can fluctuate up or down depending on the composition of the group. Our contract durations are usually around 200 to 350 calendar days from the date the notice to proceed is issued to the contract end date, with each residence having its own defined number of working days to complete, which is typically about 10 to 20 business days per residence. Liquidated damages for these projects are $350 per working day, overscheduled per home, and $600 per calendar day over the contract end date. If you do apply to one of our projects, bid one of our projects, and you are awarded the contract, once the NTP is issued, payments are processed on a monthly basis for the amount of work completed in that time period, with 5% being held for retainage. The airport does process all invoices within 30 days, but we can usually make payments within about 2 to 3 weeks. Now, before I hand it off to Jack to go over more details about construction, I just want to give you a brief look ahead for some of our upcoming projects and our bidding schedule. So we do advertise new projects about every 2 months, with our next 2 projects both advertising on Planet Bids on October 1st, 2021. These upcoming groups are primarily non-historic, single-family, and multifamily units. We are also currently in the process of treating a large 500-plus unit apartment complex, which the scope of work comprises primarily of just windows and doors. So there's no mechanical or electrical scopes of work for those projects. But we do have other projects that do include mechanical and electrical scopes of work. And those will be advertised over the next 6 months. As I mentioned earlier, we've also just started on our non-residential program, which will include a church/preschool combination, which will also be advertising on Planet Bids within the next 6 months as well. That covers everything I have for the general program overview. I'm going to now hand it over to our manager of field activities, Jack Ward, to take you through the second half of our presentation.
Thanks, Josh. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jack Ward. I'm the field activities manager for the program. I want to thank you for taking the time to be here today to view our presentation and see what we have to offer. As mentioned, we are the Airport Authority's residential and non-residential sound attenuation program. Our work consists primarily of window and door replacements, and in most instances, the installation of a ventilation system and the electrical upgrades to support those systems. We have historical groups, which include wood windows and tend to be a little more complex. We also have non-historical groups, which require vinyl window products. here are some of the key requirements you'll need to be aware of should you decide to pursue one of our projects. One, you will be required to maintain an office and warehouse in San Diego County should you win one of our projects. Typically, you will be required to start a minimum of 3 homes a week. This may vary depending on the complexity of the project. We are not your typical one area project. Retreat homes on both the east and west sides of the airport. Instead of one job site in one area, you will have several small job sites dispersed throughout the areas we treat. Although there are requirements you may not be accustomed to, in the end, our scopes of work are the same as any other residential or non-residential project. If you're interested in our work and your company is qualified in these types of installations, we encourage you to contact us to explore what we do and whether or not it may be something you're interested in pursuing. That concludes all I have. Like I said, thanks for attending. Should you have questions, please reach out to Josh or I. We're now going to open it for any Q&A. Hearing no questions. Once again,
I'm sorry, give me 1 minute. Here's this Maria. So we have a question, and the question is, I'm sure you have noise monitoring systems. Do you think you will have requirements for additional noise monitoring systems?
That's something you can reach out to speak to us about. I don't have that information on the top of my head, but I can surely find it out should you wish to contact us.
Okay, thank you. The other question we have is, do you accept unsolicited proposals for technology that can be reduced, that can reduce liabilities and support SDIA risk management for programs such as the Choir Home and upcoming the $3 billion Terminal 1 program? Additionally, if our scope is occasionally called out in a prime RFP, but we'd like to increase scope, are you open to unsolicited value at submittals?
That question too, I mean, that's a long, lengthy question. I would encourage them to reach out and speak to us individually on that. I would have to look into it a little further just to explore the question and make sure I have the correct answers.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jack. And we have one more question. Do you hire small businesses for CM work?
Actually, our CM work is all done by staff members. So answer to that question is no, we do not hire out small business for CM work.
Let me see. Yeah, I don't see any other questions at this time.
Okay, thanks, Maria.
Thank you.
Thanks again, everybody. Like I said before, there's our contact information on the screen currently. Should you have any questions, just reach out to Josh or I, and we'll be more than happy to speak with you about anything you would like to speak about. Thank you.